Yo, we're back here with part 2 of my standouts from the Summer League. Let's not overreact. Yes, I'm aware that this is Summer League, so let's do this with a grain of salt. I want to talk about everyone that from my last video, we did a standout, and now we are returning with more standouts since the last video, so let's get right into it. So I made a video on Santiago. We'll talk about him first, but Keon Ellis is looking like this year's Herb Jones, the next Alabama guy. He got signed to a two-way contract after, the Sacramento Kings got the SEC's all-defensive team member, Keon Ellis, on their team. And this guy, look, he's been having he had a game where he had 17 points. He was 6 for 8 from the field, 5 of 5. And this guy imposes defense. And Jordi Fernandez, the coach of the Summer League for the Kings, is that he just plays really hard defense. He guards hard. He keeps his body in front of the offensive player, and he's long, and he has a good feel for not getting hit on the screens. And it's been fun. Then you got Nimitz Kito, who I've been talking about all the time. Nimitz Kito is looking like a rim-protecting demigod, blocking shots, rim running, doing everything that's needed. Okay, and he was on a two-way contract last year, but I think they should give him a full deal this year. Cole Swider has been hitting three-point shots, and he played at Nova and Syracuse, and you can tell that he has that Nova fundamentals in him, and he's earned a spot with a two-way contract, and he's a guy who could definitely develop into a big 3-and-D guy if he continues to show that the defense can go. But he's been shooting amazing from 3. Another Laker, Scotty Pippen Jr. Look, he's been racking up points. Yes, it can be a little bit inefficient, but at times he's been very efficient. At times he just has really high basketball IQ, and he's very smart. And it's been fun watching Scotty Pippen Jr. It really has been. And then there's other guys in the last video that we talked about. Guy Santos, James. Actually, we didn't talk about James Wiseman. Guy Santos, Keegan Murray. Go check out part 1 if I miss anybody you guys didn't hear. Lester Quinoas from Golden State. This guy, look, he's been shooting some nights really well. And the Warriors, Quinoas, played 3 years at University of Memphis, and he also plays for the Dominican Republican team. And he's a guy who clearly is somebody that they would probably rather give the two-way spot to him than Quindary Witherspoon, I believe. Now, Tyrese Martin, the guy who's replacing Skylar Mays on the two-way contract for the Atlanta Hawks, he's about 6'7", and he's got, he can pull up, he can drive, he can pick up his dribble and do so much. And he's just a guy who has the ability to just master the timing and throw people off, and he has this sharp decision making. And there's a reason why he was drafted 51 overall and drafted as a whole, and it's because he's a guy who has potential. And he might not have a role this year, but he's a guy that I could see develop into a good off the bench player. Then there's Carla Jones. Carla Jones over here, dude. Carla Jones, 24 years old. He had a couple 10-day contracts after going undrafted last year with the Nuggets and Dallas Mavericks. And maybe this year, the Chicago Bulls bring him on. He's a guy who's been able to just jump around the court, and he has some NBA experience. So Carla Jones, peep him out. Benedict Matherin finally makes the list. Benedict Matherin, he's a guy who was, drafted at 6 overall, and he's showing that scoring ability that he showed at Arizona. And, in that win over Detroit, that guy had a masterclass of just dominating inferior competition. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. And he really didn't show any emotion after big plays. He showed them after getting dunked on, which prompted him to compete even harder. And this just shows that Matherin navigates through adversity really well. And of course, the guy that I made a video earlier on, Santiago, dude, he was a dog. He was drafted 30th overall by the Utah Jazz, but technically was drafted by the Memphis Grizzlies because they traded his draft rights. And dude, after playing internationally with Spain and also collegiately with Loyola and spending time between the G League, Memphis Hustle, and the Memphis Grizzlies, dude, this guy looks so polished, and you can tell he's a son of a professional basketball player just because he's just so much polished on both ends of the court. Justin Jackson, the number 15th overall pick in 2017, played for the Kings, the Mavericks, the Thunder, the Bucks, the Celtics, the Suns, and he even spent most of last season with the Texas Legend. At 27 years old, he's finally trying to make the most out of every opportunity. He dropped 24 points against the Golden State Warriors for the Celtics, and then Jackson had 10 points the other, again in his debut. So maybe he finally figures out his stroke, okay? Also, a lot of this Mark Medina senior writer and analyst for NBA.com. Shout out him. And Mason Jones, dude, this guy, Jones signed a 2-way contract last year, but was splitting duties with them in the G League. And Scotty Pippen and Cole Swider have taken the 2-way contracts for them. So maybe Mason Jones gets a spot on the actual roster. But yeah, I think, let me see if there's anybody else that I want to, shine a light to. Cam Thomas has had some good moments. Moses Moody has had some great moments. So has Trey Murphy, Quinn Grimes, Sandro Mamukulevisi. I can't even say that. Sandro for the Bucks. He's been doing well. Even Lindell Wigington for the Bucks has done well. Josh Christopher's had some good games. Matt Ryan, I hope he's fine, but he's had some good games. Blake Wesley for the Spurs has been awesome. So I want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you think of everything so far? Have you guys been impressed or more annoyed? I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Who has been somebody that has surprised you so far in the G League? Not G League, Summer League. Sometimes I say G League instead of Summer League, and it pisses me the hell off. Like, so much. But, hey, I think we've had fun. I think we've had fun. We've seen a lot of good basketball and not much bad basketball, okay? And I think that's what's important. But yeah, let me hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Did I miss anything? I also have an NBA daily show you should check out. Links in the description. I also have an NFL channel. Links in the description as well. Go check out my NFL channel. Subscribe to it. I post a few times a week, like 3 or 4 times a week. And also, we're live every single day on the daily show. And you guys should peep it, okay? Because it's actually pretty funny. We have a good time. It seems like a lot of y'all enjoy it. Right now, it's the slowest part of the NBA season, so we do have to promote it a little bit more because after the draft and free agency died down, it's kind of, the views have gone down. We have our regulars who watch. We have like 20, 30 people who regularly watch. But yeah, so I want to hear your thoughts down below. And yeah, what's up? And that's basically it. So, I think we're good here. So have a great day, guys. That's basically it. I want to hear if you guys agree with my standout list. Is there anybody I missed? I feel like I did a good job of keeping a majority of the guys that you guys probably would have wanted to see. I mean, at least I think so. Would suck if I didn't. I'd be like overconfidence for no reason then, okay? But now I'm just milking this. I'm milking this for a long time, but again, I do truly want to hear your guys' opinions. If there's anything we can discuss that you guys would like to hear about, I'm always open to hearing suggestions, because isn't that how the world goes round, through suggestions? Okay, we're done. Bye.